Okay, trainer Jonathan Banks blasts Rob Mccracken for his training and his coaching advice of Anthony Joshua in his fight with Andy Ruiz. Okay, if you guys don't know who Jonathan Banks is, Jonathan Banks is a former fighter himself. He's also used to train Vladimir Klitschko, Dylan White, now currently training Triple G. He took over for Emmanuel Stewart for Klitschko when he died. So he has great tutelage, and he has tutelage under one of the most, arguably the best trainer that's ever lived in boxing. So it's not like he doesn't know what he's talking about, but he said that he was listening to the corner of Anthony Joshua while he was fighting Andy Ruiz, and they told him to go back in on the inside. And Jonathan Banks said he thought that was the dumbest thing that he has ever heard. He said, you're going to ask him to go back on the inside with a guy that has short arms, basically giving him all the advantages that he needs. Jonathan Banks is no new pony to the show. He's been around in the game. He's been around the best, got trained under the best. So he knows what he's doing, and he knows what he's talking about. People seem to have this ridiculous loyalty. Well, no, that's the wrong word. Affinity for Rob Mccracken. And I want to know, where does it come from? If people say something about Rob Mccracken, it's like, oh, you got something to get up against Rob Mccracken. Why is all this damn protection and care and concern for Rob Mccracken? He's just a damn trainer. What did he do that was so damn special? Like, I don't get it and I don't understand. But once again, this is somebody else letting you know, because when I said it, it's going to be looked at a lot of things, be that just my style of delivery, me being from American, me being from America and all that other stuff. So people will perceive it a lot of different ways, and I never understood it. And I simply told people, I'm like, look, you either have to be from the boxing world, you would have to box yourself, or you would need some kind of combat experience to maybe understand what I'm talking about. I just see something that most of you guys don't see. I see the same thing that all the professionals see. Okay? And this is just another trainer to add to the list that's speaking something different than what Anthony Joshua and Rob Mccracken are saying. Okay? How many trainers? What is this, the fifth, sixth? What is this, the eighth trainer that came out when it was just honest about it? Not everybody's lying. And I get it. Rob Mccracken is more of his father figure. Rob Mccracken to Anthony Joshua is his customado. You know what I'm saying? I get it. He's with that man because he knows Rob got his back. That's a good thing to have. All right. But with that being said, add to your team then. I'm not saying get rid of Rob, because I know Rob has your back, and I know Rob is looking out for your best interest, because I get the shit that went on with Tony Sims and all that. I get all that. You know what I'm saying? Keep him. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind you keeping him around. I know why you keep him around, because it's one thing to pay somebody to help you out. It's another thing when you're paying somebody that cares about you and that is loyal to you. It's some comfort in that. You want something more. You wish the relationship was more than just money. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But you're going to have to add to your team, and Rob Mccracken is going to have to eat some crow, meaning he's going to have to humble himself to step aside and say, look, we need to work with this guy because he knows something that I don't know. Don't keep working with this guy because you want to save his feelings. You guys need to sit down and be honest. Say, Rob, you my man, you this, and that. But as you know, I need more. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be in this process every step of the way. Let's just add to our team. Can Rob Mccracken be humble enough to say, all right, Joshua, I know where I'm limited at. Let somebody else step in. And meaning, will you keep working with Rob Mccracken because you don't want the public to see that you're taking up different training from a different trainer? Like, will you go that far to save face? And in the end, that can hurt you. Now, when it comes back to Jonathan Banks is telling the truth, but he is also putting his services out there. Because Jonathan Banks was also one of those trainers that was supposed to step in and work with Anthony Joshua. He's putting his services out there like Antonio Tarver put his services out there. You know what I'm saying? Jonathan Banks wants that contract with Anthony Joshua. And that's his way of letting him know that his trainer is inexperienced, and I have the history and I have the experience to be able to take you to where you need to go, and I know what you need. So I knew exactly what he was doing when he said that. Jonathan Banks wants that contract with Anthony Joshua. Just like Claudius, Lennox Lewis wanted that contract with Anthony Joshua. They want the contract and the percentage and the money and stuff that Rob Mccracken is getting. So that's his way of getting at Joshua without literally say, here, take my card. You know what I'm saying? Like, I also know that Jonathan Jackson was doing that too. But underneath it all, he's correct and he's right. That's why I worry for Anthony Joshua going into this rematch. This is why I like Anthony Joshua, and I'm a hardcore fan of Anthony Joshua, but this is why my boxing common sense still has me leaning towards Andy Ruiz. I don't care how much I like you. I'm not going to lie to you, and I'm not going to lie to myself for you. You know what I'm saying? Do I think Anthony Joshua will win? Yes, I think he can win. I thought he could have won the first time. You know what I'm saying? I really do. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to my boxing knowledge, something I have to separate from my feelings, I'm going to lean towards Andy Ruiz a little bit more than Anthony Joshua. And that's only because I just don't think Rob Mccracken has the adjustments for him that he needs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't think that, you know. But he can still win the fight with all the stuff that he has learned with Rob Mccracken. So don't get me wrong with that. He still has enough to win the fight. I just don't know how training camp goes, how confidence goes. And Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn have been lying. I don't know the true state of Anthony Joshua. He won't admit that he got knocked out. He won't admit that he was nervous. He's lying to everybody saying he was calm. And everybody could see on his face he wasn't himself. So it's too much lying on there. I mean, it's too much lying going on for me to try to figure out what's really what. So I'm going to keep my senses, and I'm going to follow my first mind and say that the advantages for me is still leaning towards Andy Ruiz. But at the same time, we don't know what kind of Andy Ruiz is stepping up in the ring. So, like, you never know. But one thing's for sure, if Anthony Joshua is to continue in this game and continue being ambitious, he's going to need to add to his team. You don't got to drop Rob, because you need somebody to have your back. Don't get me wrong. You ain't got to drop him, but you do need to add to your team. Anyways, that's just my thoughts on it. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Bruce Fain, I'm out.